Our respected President, NPF Manipur State Unit, Mr. Awambo Nimai, and my colleagues, Mr. T.R. Ziliang, Chairman, United Democratic Alliance Government in Nagaland, other honorable colleagues, ministers, MLAs, advisors, both from Nagaland and Manipur, my colleagues and my entourage who came with me from NDPP party led by Secretary General Abu Metha, and my friends, NPF, led by Dr. Uska Yeptomi and Mr. Achumbemo Kikon, Secretary General, NPF Central Kohima. Our nominated NPF candidates to contest in 10 constituencies, party delegates and leaders of Manipur NPF units, and friends and well-wishers of NPF Manipur, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I praise God Almighty for making this day available for me to participate in your NPF Campaign Kick Off program in Senapati and to address you. It is exciting. It is a privilege for me to be with you once again. As stated by the former speakers, indeed I was born and started my political career in Koch Party, that time known as UDF, United Democratic Front. And as Mr. T.R. Ziliang had talked about the sequence of changes of nomenclature, but continued with the Koch Party. When I resigned from Congress in 2002, in the month of September, and the old party, NPF, decided to invite us and revamp the Koch Party, NPF, because 1998 boycott of election and for not participating in a general election, the NPC party was de-recognized and the symbol Koch was frozen. So it was reorganized in October 2002 and named it as Nagaland People's Front. And we joined, by the grace of God, we came to power from 2003. And in 2009, 28 July, we changed the name of Nagaland People's Front into Naga People's Front. to make a larger vision for all the Nagas to participate in the people's movement for our identity, for tradition, for our culture, for oneness, and for Naga family. As mentioned, when we came to launch the NPF in Manipur, there was a huge resistance from the state government led by Sri Ibobi. And I was practically trying to prevent me to come to launch the party. So the Union Home Minister, Chidambaram, frantically telephoned me and warned me not to go for the last many days. And even the previous night and that morning, how many times we had telephonic discussion, I cannot count, I cannot remember. Only when I crossed Visema village, he said, Rio, you can go, but don't take your security and the public with you. So I replied him, I'm a politician, I'm the Chief Minister of Nagaland, and I need security, and I being a public leader, I cannot refuse to take my people, but I will not create problem. So we came, and even when I reached, when we were taken up somewhere in one house to take rest, through DC Senapati, telephone call was there for me to talk to the Home Minister. And I assured, and that's how we launched the meeting here in Senapati in Manipur. That is his story. That is about 11 years ago. And by the grace of God, four members in the Naga area representing NPF were elected. And I congratulate them for upholding the identity of the Nagas, speaking for the right of the Nagas, and taking up the cause of the Nagas. Today, I'm grateful that Dr. Sorozalie, President, and NPF leader, Mr. Tia Zeliang, and the party invited me to join the launching party of the NPF Kick Off campaign. So I'm here and I express my happiness. I bring greetings to all of you from NDPP party and the well-wishers of regional party in Nagaland. In Nagaland, my party and BJP, we are alliance. We are comfortable, but we decided that all the elected members should come together. Opposition-less government in the state of Nagaland Assembly so that we can pursue Naga political issue, to find a settlement, and that brought us together. And that's why today NPF leader Mr. Tiazaliang is the chairman of the United Democratic Alliance chairman, and also one of the member of NPF is inducted as a cabinet minister in the government in the person of Mr. Yalo. And that's how we have come together here as a partner of BJP in the government in Nagaland, and we are a member in the NDA, National Democratic Alliance in the country. And both NPF, Manipur unit, also BJP alliance. And NPF and NDBB, we are all Northeast Democratic Alliance. And that's how I feel that be NDBB or be NPF, we're alliance to BJP, and there should be no restriction for me to come here and campaign for the NPF candidate in this 12th Manipur Assembly election. And me and my party leaders, ministers and MLAs, we have come here to show our solidarity with you. And we wished and we want you to do well, because today's election means a lot to the regional party. As mentioned, NPF, the masked movement party for the Naga coast. Therefore, Naga unity means a lot for the negotiation and for bringing solution. You are aware, during Ibobi regime, he antagonized all the tribals in Manipur. He was at his peak against our Nagas in particular. My friend TR mentioned treating like terrorist. I call him name also, which I was cautioned by the Election Commission, because I call Ibobi as Naga enemy number one. But as a person and as Chief Minister colleagues, personally we are good friends. But during his rule, because of his attitude and his approach, the law and order was at its lowest, particularly in the Naga areas. And we had a very bad time, but after the NPF elected his members and entered into assembly, things slowly changed. And now, after Sri Biren Singh regime, things has improved tremendously, and the semblance of harmony came, and the law and order has become very good. And I hope this relationship will continue under Biren Singh regime, chief ministership. I believe that as neighbors and as good neighborhood, we can grow together side by side. It is a process of nation building. And therefore, we should continue to adopt the non-violence policy and discussion. Our process of negotiation should continue to be good to our neighbors and to our fellow people. The need today, need of the hour is, in this election, we must unite as a Naga. This electoral process is the highest court of democracy. The election process is the highest court. To elect your leaders, to elect for your cause, and therefore, Naga voice should be united. Oneness. I feel it is a historic opportunity to come together, to elect our leaders in the platform of Naga People's Front, which stand for the people. It will speak volumes, because the Naga protracted issue has to be resolved. We cannot continue to fight. Ceasefire, now it is about 25 years of negotiation. And because of this, for the state of Nagaland, 60 members coming together, as I had mentioned, under the banner of United Democratic Alliance, basing on Naga political issue. For Nagaland also, this is an election year. Yesterday, when I addressed the students, I spoke to them. Public are looking forward to election festival. Candidates are preparing for facing the election. Present elected members are preparing to face election. They have so many manifestos, so many programs. But for me, my priority number one is Naga political issue, to find a solution without facing the election. And solution is very difficult. The negotiation going for 25 years long. It has so many meanings. The competencies, some are agreed, some are not agreed. Could not be negotiated. We are the facilitator, but as far as I can understand, talking to Government of India and the Naga leaders, Naga nationalist group, as they had signed framework agreement by the NSA and IM, and the agreed position by the NNPG group. I see no reason why there cannot be a settlement. Whatever competency agreed, take the agreement. And whatever point cannot be resolved, continue the discussion. Because the general public, they want settlement, they want peace, they want opportunities for the youth, for the younger generations to come. And therefore, yesterday I said also to the youth, to the student community, the youth of today, the students and the public, concerned publics. Maybe the public has to give a mandate for solution. The public has to give a mandate for non-violence and even to pursue only non-violence. There should be no violence in our society. There should be no extortion. There should be no illegal taxations. The burden is too much. And our struggle being too long, Nagas, so many tribes, and now the Naga national groups have so many groups. It is not workable. We learn that in the Bible, Matthew 12:25 is very familiar to us. I'll read. Every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city or household divided against itself will not stand. Today our society is thoroughly divided. We have so many groups, so many taxations, over and above the organizations, so many individuals or many cadres that do extortion, illegal taxations, and all illegal things. This cannot sustain. And if we don't make a loud and clear voice that we want peace, we want settlement, and that voice has to come from the public, particularly the youth, otherwise we'll have no future. And therefore, we have to seriously think. This is the best time, election time, an opportunity. The assembly is like the temple of democracy. And your people has to be elected and speak in the assembly or in the parliament. The right of the people. And you have to express the aspiration of the people and take a solution where peace will come and where opportunities will come. Yes, Naga struggle, I would say, it is not a total failure. It is a partial success already. Government of India had recognized the uniqueness of Naga history, recognized Naga issue as political, and the negotiation is on the platform of political issue. In the Constitution of India also, particularly Nagaland state, we have Article 371A giving us so many protections and privileges. And even in the Constitution, we are exempted from the purview of Parliament Act, particularly concerning to our rural local bodies. And therefore, we should not think that our Naga movement is a failure. It is a partial success. And if we can take a settlement now, collectively, unitedly, opportunities will be given, platforms will be given to our youth. My discussion with central government, when settlement comes, there will be a multiple opportunities and privileges will come. And recognitions of our history and of our issue is a big thing. And even at this present, there is no state in the country who are so much privileged and protected like Nagaland state. But Nagas are not only in Nagaland, Nagas are in Manipur state, in Arunachal state, in Nagaland, in Assam. And that privilege protection should be extended to all the Nagas in India, wherever they are. We have big group of Nagas in Myanmar. Though it cannot cross the international boundaries. Even in Myanmar, you are aware, Nagas are recognized and they run Naga self-autonomous government through election of their MLAs. And we have 4 members, Naga members in the Myanmar parliament. And therefore, to take forward the Naga as a people, we need peace. And therefore, any struggle we have to pursue true non-violence. And the people we will negotiate and our cause will become more relevant and more important. You are aware about the 18 incident on 5th December 2021 in Mon district. Because of the Armed Forces Special Power Act, ASPA, the army operation mistakenly killed 14 innocents, a tragic incident, and injured so many people. But the mistake of killing at 18 after the workers coming from the mining, but after that incident, the second round of fighting was there, more killings, and the third fighting took place in Mon town, the Konyak district capital. So 3 incidences over one night and one day, the next day. And therefore, the cry of the people is to repeal the ASPA. And even the state government, every time when the central communicate for our comments to further extend ASPA, we always reject, and this draconian law should not be continued. Therefore, this time, Cabinet took a decision to move to Government of India for repeal, and we went to the Assembly and passed a resolution for repeal of ASPA. We met Union Home Minister Amit Shah ji on this issue, and he promised that after setting up a committee, this will be done, and we had given our opinions. Repealing the law may take time because the parliament process has to take place. But repealing in any state or area can be done anytime. We want Nagaland state to be, ASPA to be removed, except the international border, and where problems are there, interstate borders. And we hope we can achieve that. But if insurgency continues, if insurgency activities continues in some district or some area, if public cannot take the responsibilities, if the state government cannot contain that, then it can be reimposed again. Because this ASPA was imposed in 1958 at the peak of Naga insurgency. So till Naga issue is resolved, this ASPA may remain, it may go, it may come back. And therefore it is up to the people. Therefore today, in this 12th Manipur general election, the participation of Naga People's Party having 10 candidates in Naga dominated area. It is my fervent appeal to all the right-thinking Naga people to support the NPF candidate. with thumping majority, signaling and giving that mandate for Naga issue and Naga issue to be resolved so that we can move forward. Yes, I'm aware there are other candidates. All candidates may be very good, but Nagas, we have an issue, and if we are really sincere about to resolve our issue, you must make some sacrifices and vote for NPF candidate. In Nagaland, though election year is going on, I'm not keen to have election. I want solution. And after solution, many benefits will come, including increase of Lok Sabha seat, Rajya Sabha seat, legislature seat, and the same thing will happen in Manipur also for the Naga areas. You know yourself, the valleys has 40 seats and the hills has 20 seats. And in the tribal area, in the hill seats, very difficult area, your constituencies are vast and your voters are 20, 30, 40, 50 voters. Whereas in the valley, they have voted half of that average. So there is no justice. You should get more people's representative. And if we are to be in the Indian Union, in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and in the Assembly, we should be visible. Our voice should be heard. Otherwise, fighting, continue to fight, then what will be the opportunities for our youth? And therefore, though we had bitter differences in Nagaland, we agreed to forgive and forget and work together for the cause of the Naga political issue. I want Manipur, our hills where Nagas are dominated. Those NPF leaders who are here, it is not only the responsibility of the candidates, it is the party, it is the Naga leaders who should carry this message to all the nook and corners who don't understand and who thinks only about themselves. Tell them first to think about the Nagas, then second yourself. How much you try to survive, if Naga don't survive, you will not survive. If Naga survive, everybody will survive. Therefore, Naga come first. With these few words, I have come here to show my solidarity with NPF. I come here to speak that we are united and running the government to find solution for the future and for the goodness of the Nagas. So be united, unified vote, and that is vote for the Nagas, oneness. So let us be united, believe in God, trust in God. Let us also be a responsible person for the Nagas. Thank you and God bless. Kugnalim.